What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and we are gathered here today for yet another stream to do a fantasy football draft. Today, on the slate, we are going to be using Underdog. We're going to be drafting a Best Ball Mania draft, maybe even a couple, maybe even a few. We'll see how it goes. It's Saturday night. It's another day in August. You know what that means. We are streaming because that is what we do in the month of August. Let's hop into one of these. But before that, if you want to hop in with us, use promo code RON. They will match your first deposit up to $1,000 over on Underdog. I have links to that in the description, comment section, and pinned at the top of the comment section right now, or pinned at the top of the live chat right now for you guys to hop in here with us in these Underdog drafts. As always, we're going to hop right in. Right into it. Here we go. How's everybody doing tonight? How are we? We got 3 spots open if anybody wants to hop in. What's going on? Let me get the live chat up here. What do we got? How's everybody doing? How's everybody's Saturday night? We got football on. I will say I don't even know what preseason game to have going on my screen right now. Of course, I'll look at the snap counts when that's all ready to go and all the data that we need to kind of be using for fantasy drafts, but watching all of them live, I watched the Jets one earlier, but that's kind of about it. Let's get this, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's get the draft board. This is a bit of a mess. Let's do this. Let's pop this out. Oh, we got the 12 spot. Okay. And does that look good when we switch back and forth? No, it does not look good when we switch back and forth. All right. Here we go. Now we are in here. How's everybody doing? Saturday night, 9:15, banger, right on the dot. We got J.E. in here. We got Christopher Vicari in here. We got Desmond Jones. We got Gray Toven. We got everybody in here. Reed Parson. We got Ryan Levis. We got Nathan Weaver. We got Sam. How you doing? We got Alex Saber in here. Trey Cobb. That's an OG right there, Trey Cobb. What's going on? Ronald McDonald. We got Hemp Slinger. A long day at the beach coming home to watch Pookie. Hell yeah, brother. I saw that. The Jaguars kicker hit a 70-yarder. Good Lord. Travis Hunter had good usage. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably do a rankings update video on Monday. That's what I'm thinking. Where I'll kind of cover everything. Because I will say, the third week of preseason is pretty useless. That's when all the bench guys are out there. But this week of preseason is pretty useful. Chase Brown and Jonathan Taylor. For me, it's Jonathan Taylor. We got Jack in here. RJ Harvey's getting a ton of buzz as well. Which is why, dude, we've been drafting a lot of Trevion Henderson. We've been drafting a lot of RJ Harvey. We have. How much of Pat Henley have you drafted this year in best ball? Literally none. We got Love from Germany. Hell yeah, dude. Love the back-to-back picks. Yeah, I like it too. It's a fun spot. See what's available to us. People are saying they're having issues uploading the rankings Underdog. I've been doing just fine, I would say. We're going to go H.A. and Brian Thomas. This is one of my favorite starts to do. H.A. and Brian Thomas. Nice and easy. I know Ashton Genty was there. I'm H.N. over Genty, and I want to get a wide receiver out of the turn there. So Genty wasn't really on the menu for me. You're the one pick, Bredeman. Okay. Kenneth Walker, Hampton, or James Cook. I think I ranked that Hampton, Kenneth Walker, James Cook. I will say the biggest takeaway from today's preseason game that is really scary for me is we've been drafting a lot of Breece Hall. I got to be honest, I was fully prepared for Braylon Allen usage. Fine. We knew that Braylon Allen was going to take some carries, but if Isaiah Davis, on the first drive, they had 2 different third downs that Isaiah Davis played on both. If Isaiah Davis is the third down back, so he comes in on every single third down, and if he comes in on the 2-minute drill as well, which is what third down usage would lead to, that's where things get scary, because then we don't get the pass catching upside for Breece Hall, and he's a bad pick where he's going. So I don't know. I'm going to kind of see the final numbers and everything, but probably going to ease off the Breece gas for right now is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that he's like a terrible pick, but I've been hammering him at the 3-4 turn. I just want to slow my roll a little bit here for a second is what I'm trying to say. Baseman looking elite? Hell yeah, man. You said 112 is your favorite spot. I better make the right picks. We'll see. We got Skeleton Key in here. People are gassing up RJ Harvey. What do we got? We got Thomas Anderson in the chat. How far will Spears? Yeah, Tyjae Spears is the other one. We'll see. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb CeeDee Lamb's kind of an idiot for standing on the white line. I mean, it's not that Breece didn't play in the preseason. It's that he played on the first drive and got subbed out on every third down, which is a big deal. Yeah, I got a lot of Achane Thomas as well. Love the grind. Appreciate you on it. Hell yeah, Pablo Escobar. That's an OG in here too. For the rankings upload, got to make sure you delete that first row. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I think people are saying that they're having issues like across the board uploading to Underdog, but I haven't. What's my Breece exposure? It's high, man. It's like just shy of 20%. I don't want to expose my slow drafts again. You would think so, man. You would think so. I don't know, just one of those things. Now, there's very much a chance that it's simply just the preseason, and, it's simply the preseason, and they just want to rotate all the backs and get everybody reps, but it just wouldn't shock me. We see this all the time from teams where they outsmart themselves on third down. You'd think so, but Isaiah Davis he was a damn good prospect as well, and a good pass catching back. Yeah, you got fifth string Harvey, who we've been drafting a ton of. You've got the number 2 pick. Feel like I hit the wide receiver at the 2-3 turn. Would you start Bijan or Lamb with that in mind? If you don't like the receivers that come back to you, you could absolutely go wide receiver there if you want. Jets are my favorite team, but I'm also I'm not a homer when it comes to draft picks. I'll show you my Jets exposure in a second. I don't have really any Garrett Wilson. So we're going to come back here. Breece Hall is going to stare us in the face. I'm going to pass. We'll go with let's go Devontae. We'll go Devontae Kittle here. And we'll see how that shakes out. Wonder how bad Spears has hurt me too, dude. Me too. But yeah, I'll show you guys. So, I don't know. You can call me a homer for drafting a lot of Breece, but I'm telling you guys, I'm not... Let's see. Here is my exposures. You can see my Jets exposure. I have a lot of Braylon Allen and Breece Hall, where I just think this running game is going to be good. I'm not really that high on Fields, and I'm fading Garrett Wilson pretty heavily. So I've never been just I don't just blindly draft Jets players. I just draft the ones I think are going to score fantasy points at cost. Yeah, 302 Daniels is wild. I kind of missed that. Daniels has QB1 off the board, but I guess he wants to get a unique look. Maybe if McLaurin falls back to him here, this might be a 1,000 IQ play. So Team 6 might go crazy. Are you Team 6? Gibbs, Bowers, Allen, Pickens. That's a pretty sweet start. Do I like Genty or Henry more? I like Genty. Got a Patreon card expire. We're using a promo code right now. I don't really have promo codes on Patreon. Yeah, I miss 5th round Kittle as well. Think your Jets PTSDing yourself? My Breece bags are packed. My Breece bags are packed, so I got to lay in that bed regardless, Bowers round 8 or Brian Thomas Jr. round 5? Huh. I think what's the starting lineup? I think that'll come down to how many wide receivers you can start versus like how shallow the lineup is. Because if it's a shallow lineup, I prefer the tight end. If it's like 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, full PPR, I think I prefer Brian Thomas. Who is this Jets kicker? I got no clue. Let me get this preseason game up on another monitor. Because I was watching until they took Fields out, but I feel like a fake Jets fan if I don't got this game up. Damn, we're almost at 300 people in here already. All right, leave a like. You guys are the best. Hey, yo, my bad. My bad. Yeah, he almost got the McLaurin stacker. Wait. Yeah, Daniels missed out on that. T's and P's, brother. Dude, he should have taken Flowers just to kind of just to get him back there, but he held off, I guess. I agree. I love the rookie running backs as well. I think the only one I don't love is Caleb Johnson, just because I don't love his situation. Let's see what comes back here. There's a lot of running backs we like. There goes James. That's a hell of a James Cook snipe there. 57th. Wow. And then what's our next pick? Just to kind of get a feel for what's going to come back to us. So 84, 85. These turns, you really got to think about what's going to come after it. Damn it, I wanted TreVeyon Henderson. God damn it. All right. This is what we'll do. We'll do RJ Harvey for sure as our first pick here. And then you could talk me into another running back, but I think we'll probably just go Chris Olave. Or actually, man. I'm gonna go James Conner. Let's switch it up. Let's just draft a ton of running backs early. Why not? The double hero wide receiver draft strategy. Nick Arcolano was giving me a hard time the other day for all the draft strategies. He's like, yeah, so you're just drafting a fantasy football team? It's like, fair. But the names are fun, and I think structure matters, and it's a way to kind of guide people down a way of like smart drafting. But if you understand the principles, you can kind of go about it however you want. Like now, we just know to ease off the gas pedal at running back is kind of what it comes down to. How willing are you to take Judkins in best ball in terms of like late? I'm not really taking him at all because I was taking him at his previous price before he punched a girl in the Burger King or whatever the hell he did, man. Truly, I haven't touched him since. Pause. Just running the stream. What we think about Etienne getting all the first team work? I think it's interesting, but I think the bet has always been that like Tootin beats him out by midseason, and I guess it's probably worse for Tank Bigsby, but there is like you could spin it as well that like maybe it's a showcase because they want to trade Etienne. That's really the other spin, but it's interesting. So James Cook falling like a rock, yeah. Hey, we got Emmett in the chat. What's going on? Yeah, Pearsall's flying up too. What do you mean? Henderson still went 5'11", brother. Do I like Puka or Malik Neighbors more? I have Neighbors ahead right now. Yeah, I would have loved Henderson there. How many rounds has Sanders gone up? As in Shador? Connor is going to be like the new age Frank Gore. I made that comparison, I think like during the Dynasty season where these 2017 running backs just won't die. And I'm fine to just keep betting on James Conner. Tootin scored in the fourth quarter. It's actually not great. My bad. I don't know. The preseason game's just not showing up for me now. All right, whatever. We just won't be able to watch. Taking Pollard there is pretty sharp, I'll be honest. Hey, the cut line king, Henry. I like that. Who needs Osprey when I got Ron? What you know about Osprey? Getting hot down here in the basement. What's it going to be, brother? Who are you going to give back to us? Don't do it. I need a plan for what we're going to do after Josh Downs. We're going to for sure take Josh Downs. And then probably take another receiver. Do we just take Chris Godwin? Like, the Chris Godwin bet really hasn't changed, you know? We take a naked Mahomes? I don't think so. I think we'll just take, like, 8th round Godwin to me in a format like this in best ball. I think we can just eat his zeros early and take Godwin. It's fine by me. He used to be what? In like the, I'm trying to remember where he like opened in these, but his ADP used to be much higher. I will say, looking back, maybe I should have split, because I think the 2v2 would have been Connor Godwin or Olave Tyrone Tracy. I'm curious how you guys view that. What do you rank Tucker Kraft? I'm not a big Tucker Kraft guy. I just don't think he's that good. And I also think this Green Bay Packers receiver room is going to be really nice, too. I think Reed is... I will say Reed's in a freaking boot, so we'll see how that goes, too, man. But I think Golden looks good as well. I don't know. Tucker Kraft's tough. I think the way that he wins, he just scores like 10 touchdowns, which is obviously in the range of any tight end on a good team, but I think you have like similar upside with like Jake Ferguson, if that's kind of your upside case. I don't know, my AC won't kick on. My bad, fellas. There we go. All right. As a Browns fan, this offseason has been an up and down roller coaster. Yeah, it's just... whatever. How do we make Isaiah Davis disappear? You tell me. I don't know why I can't speak today. Do you know why Pearsall is going up? It's just I think people are kind of catching on. I mean, I'm not the biggest Pearsall drafter, but I understand the idea where like Jennings is banged up, Ayuk off the ACL, year 2 breakout, and if you want to just kind of discard everything from year 1 because he literally got shot, you can, and you can just sell yourself on a round 1 wide receiver and a good offense year 2 breakout. I think he's pretty solid. Changed my name. Last was Music Mike. Oh, okay. Getting sniped in fantasy drafts legit one of the worst feelings in the entire world. Beats a 25% 6th round Godwin. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. In the 80s, I'm fine with it. See, here's the thing. That Jackson Dart team yesterday not looking so rough anymore, huh, fellas? Huh. How much does Pollard move up? Probably a decent little bit. Or, I don't know. I got to see how severe the Spears injury is, because I'm still... like, I think like this is probably right where he should go. I'd say this is like exactly where he should go, where this guy took him. Because I still want Swift, Pacheco, Montgomery, Caleb over him. I don't know. The issue is I just don't think the Titans are a good offense. So you're just buying volume on a bad offense, which we've talked about. I don't think the dead zone's really a thing anymore, but if there was a dead zone profile, it would just be empty volume on a bad offense. Which is kind of what Pollard gives you. Give me Luther Burden because of course. And then I'll stack them to Caleb, I guess. I think that's a fine way to do that. It's a pretty fun team, very balanced. We kind of need quantity at receiver on this team. I think we're probably going to end up with 5 running backs, probably 3 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 2 tight ends. What's that, 3-5-2? 8 receivers, 3-5-8-2. Does that work? 3-5-8-2. That's what we're going to probably go for here, I'm thinking. Yeah. Laporta or Hawkinson? Laporta by a lot for me. Taking anything from Corum scoring twice tonight looks like Jarquez. Looks clear Jarquez will be nothing without multiple injuries. I gotta be honest. Like, maybe this is bad from me to do this stream without being fully up to date on the preseason stuff. But again, I'm kind of just waiting for all the preseason dominoes to fall and then reading really through Nathan Yonke's PFF article. But I mean, I'm taking stabs on both Rams running backs and have been the entire time. It's just really there's what, like 7 preseason games going on. It's tough to keep up with what's going on in all of them and like what matters and where the ones are. Yeah, I got Njoku for Kraft. We rolling the dice with Puka if we're drafting today. I actually talked about him. So tomorrow's video that's going to come out is going to be leveraging the high stakes ADP versus home league default rankings. And I moved down Puka a little bit. The high stakes crowd is starting to get squeamish where when $350 is on the line, they're moving him down to like the 201. These default rankings have him like 108 right now. I moved him down to my 111. That's where I've landed. I still until we get like Stafford on a practice field. I guess what, he was on a practice field today. I don't know. It's interesting. It's just something you got to keep monitoring. It's just scary. Was the number 1 pick is good and the Titans are good? I don't know. A lot of times these number 1 picks can suck sometimes. Trevor Lawrence sucked as a rookie. Bryce Young sucked as a rookie. Jared Goff sucked as a rookie. What if the Titans suck? Does that say Bowers 27? No, it doesn't. No, 19. 207. You were about to... I'm about to shut this whole shit down. I think it's still Caleb over Warren, but I'm not super interested in either, really. I haven't seen any update on Spears. Preseasons, there are some things that are good. Like, preseason performances of, like, how good you look is kind of whatever. Really, the important stuff from preseason is just more of, like, roles. And who's the clear backup, who's the clear handcuff, who's the third down back. Like, roles are what we're looking for. Depth chart stuff, more than, like, did this quarterback throw for 200 yards? You know what I mean? That's what I would say. Damn it, I thought maybe Loveland would come back. Don't do it, buddy. Okay, thank God. All right, so we're going to get Trevor Lawrence regardless here. And then we're probably just going to take Kyle Williams, actually. So we'll go Trevor Lawrence to Brian Thomas, and then we will go Kyle Williams as like a rookie upside swing. I like that. How many yards and TDs do you see for Warren this season? I'm not sure. It's really tough. His usage is really interesting. Because I don't... On one hand, I understand that like Tyler Warren, you're picking him for rookie upside. And that makes a ton of sense, and that's a really fun idea. The issue is, like, for a tight end to hit, and we've talked about it with like the Andrew Cooper stuff, like, the Colts aren't projected to be a particularly great offense. It's pretty crowded with Pittman, Downs, like A.D. Mitchell's even flashed, like Alec Pierce is still there. Quarterbacks kind of suck. You would almost need Tyler Warren to get really weird usage where he starts, because that's what he did in college. Not that I think that he's going to, but it's in his upside case that Warren could get some goal line carries, and then that could be really interesting if we could see him get to, 8+ touchdowns. It's tough. I have a tough time seeing how Warren is like this year's Laporta or this year's Brock Bowers, where he is like a top 5 tight end. But there's people that I trust a lot that have Warren super high and like even higher than Colston Loveland. Like, I know Dwayne McFarland loves Tyler Warren this year, who I have a lot of respect for. I think he does good work. He makes his own projections. I just don't see it. I think, one, I have a really tough time taking him over Colston Loveland, who I just think is on a better offense and is the same bet, like a round and a half later. I don't know. We remain as water. What's going on? Are your chances that a future wife cooked to bird and flops this year? Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Huh. You guys are saying Stafford's back at practice today, huh? Apparently he had a workout this morning. He had a workout. I don't think that he was in practice in pads, is kind of what I'm reading. And like I said, I moved him down like 3 spots. And I still have him in the same tier, so if you want to take him, you absolutely can. But you might want to have some caution with your first round pick, you know? And, like, even if Stafford's good to go week 1, if he gets hit the wrong way, like, epidurals are no joke, man. Like, if he breaks down towards the end of the season, and then all of a sudden you're rolling into the fantasy playoffs with, like, Puka attached to Garoppolo, like, it can get dicey. So, I don't know. I'm having a tough time of how to rank Puka regardless. I go back and forth on it all the time. So let's think. We're not going Judkins. I know I have him ranked higher. I just don't want any. We're gonna go Brenton Strange as our first pick. The turn's tough because you gotta have answers to the test. We're gonna go Tua. It's kind of like a stack to Achane. And to me, I think that that's just a solid 3 quarterback room. I was going to go to Richardson, but I'm just like, I don't need like a billion things to break right for Tua to be the quarterback. We have Achane, who I think he's going to throw the ball to a ton. And now we have our 3 quarterbacks locked in. And we are sitting at a 3-3-6-2. We're going to end up at a 3-5-8-2 is the plan. You could talk me into a 3-6-7-2 as well, is where my head goes. And you guys might say, like, this feels like a lot of quarterbacks. I don't know. I've just sort of, if I don't get an elite quarterback, like if I don't get Mahomes, I'm just, like, Mahomes are better. Then I'm just kind of locking myself into 3 quarterbacks. I just think playing it safe at quarterback or tight end, like, I'm almost always drafting at least 5 total. So either 3 quarterbacks or 3 tight ends. I just think it's a more solid build. $5-6 and a puppy for Daniels is nuts. Do you think Braylon Allen shoots up boards? Probably not by a ton. You're probably still just going to be like this handcuff range here. You know, it's like a 13-plus round pick. How many touchdowns do you think Travis Hunter will have? I don't know. These are tough questions. We got Kerry Johnson in the chat. 10-person, half PPR, 2 to 3 people take elite quarterbacks in round 1 instead of rounds 2. Would you grab 1? Kari, my bad. Kari. Or is it Carey? Did I not say it right? Kari. My bad. But yeah, I probably wouldn't. Like, even in... I'm curious to know, like, what's your starting lineup in terms of how deep it is? Like, how many wide receivers in flex spots? But I probably wouldn't fold. I would probably just take the values that are sliding because the quarterbacks are going off the board. Like, for me, I'm not taking an elite quarterback until round 4 at the earliest, I would say. Or no, round 3 at the earliest, sorry. But if it's like late, no, I can't talk myself into Hurts or Daniels in round 2. I can't do it. Bo Nix or T-Law? For me, it's got to be Bo Nix. Let me keep the comments down here. My bad, fellas. Trying to do something that makes sense. Got 350 in here? God damn, fellas. Tootin's basically a fancy Sean Tucker. I don't know about all that. I don't think the Jags have anybody near as good as Bucky Irving. Thoughts on Fantrax? Pretty garbage platform. 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 2 flex. Yeah, in that I'm not taking I'm not going to take a quarterback in round 2. Unless if it's Allen or Lamar, I'll do it round 2, and then I'll do Hurts, Daniels in round 3. And if you end up missing out, like in a 10 team, the waivers are going to be so stacked that you can just punt quarterback all the way off. All right, we're back on the clock here. We got to look alive. We got to look alive. All right, so I have one answer for what we're going to do. And then maybe I have 2 answers. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go Roshan. Then we're just going to spam the hell out of this Jacksonville Jaguars offense and go Diami Brown. Now we have that. What do you guys think? Here's our receiver room. Here's our running back room. Our last 2 picks, should they be 1 running back, 1 receiver? So we have 5 running backs, 8 receivers, or should it be 2 running backs, so we have 6 running backs, 7 receivers? What do you guys think? Because we took Achane, Harvey, Connor, 3 pretty high draft capital running backs. I'm probably leaning towards 3-5-8-2. Just 5 running backs, but I'm curious. Decided it feels awful to take a Bowers and McBride in round 2 if I do feel like my wide receivers or running back room sucks every time. I think it kind of depends. Pollard going up? Absolutely, yeah. Wish me luck to him your first ever fantasy? Hell yeah, dude. You think the Jags draft a quarterback if they suck this year? Trevor almost killed Brian Thomas Jr. today. I would be shocked. My Lawrence exposure is kind of high. Man, the chat split on 2 running backs versus 1 and 1. What do we think? What do we think? It is good that Hall wasn't in with the second stringers, but I think as well, it's really just more that like Braylon and Isaiah Davis are young second-year players, I think. Man, I got to lock in on how many running backs I want to end up with here. We took a wide receiver, 201, 312. All right, so let's actually think through. Do any of these guys have good backup running back options? Are we drafting Ollie Gordon or LaQuint Allen? Probably not. Let's see. All right. Bears. We already drafted that. All right, get out of here. Then we got Jaguars. Actually, no thanks. Then we got Miami. I guess we could take Malik Washington as a last-round flyer. Or actually, no, this is what we're going to do. This is what we'll do. We will take Blake Corum because everyone's gassing up Blake Corum. And then we got to really lock in on what I want to do with this last pick here. Now we got a first-round running back. This wide receiver room's pretty weak. That's what we're going to do. We are going to go with Corum. And then we are going to go with Torrey Horton. Oh, and somebody took Torrey Horton? Screw you, man. All right, so we'll just take Malik Washington for Miami. That's what I've decided. I think we needed receivers. I think we're going to struggle to start 3, especially early on. Like, this is like Godwin, Burden, Kyle Williams are all guys that are going to come on down the stretch. Like, we are, the wide receiver room's not deep. But that's our first draft. We'll do one more. You guys are, dude, we're at 387 right now. All right, if we're going to keep climbing, fellas, and you give me no choice, we're hopping into another BBM. If you are new here, make sure you check out Underdog. They will match your first deposit up to $1,000. I have a link in the description, pinned to the top of the live chat, pinned to the top of the comment section down below. If you want to hop in with us, you can do so with promo code Ron. We are waiting for 8 more people. Feel free to hop in. BBM, the water is fine. What was I about to say? Honestly, nothing. Appreciate you guys for coming out here. If you're new here, we stream every single night from now through week 1. We do underdog drafts. We do high stakes redraft. We do a little bit of everything here. But hell yeah. All right, we got the 5 spot. That's fun. Let me know if any of you guys are in this draft. Puka fell to 21 in the NFFC. Puka, dude, the high stakes guys are squeamish on Puka, and I don't blame them. Man. At the end of the day, like if you have, I sometimes I'm trying to think through that myself. Like I draft on so many teams, whatever, so I'm more open to risk. But if you have simply one team and it's your home league, and you're sitting there at like 108, and Puka's staring you in the face, like that's not an easy decision. If Stafford plays 17 games, Puka's my 107. But Stafford with this back uncertainty is now my 111. And you have to kind of decide at what point you'll take that risk. I think the 2 guys I put ahead of him are Malik Nabers and Nico Collins. I put Malik Nabers and Nico Collins ahead of him. And I put Achane ahead of him as well. Because I think in a home league at 110, you want to take Achane and then just take whatever receivers come back to you. That's why I have him at the 10 spot, really. That's what we did the other night on the FFPC. We took Achane and then Puka came back around to us. You're going to hop in my draft on Tuesday? Okay. We'll see. We got Emmett in here. We got you in the 9 spot. Okay, we're on the clock here. We got to look alive. Oh, give me Jahmyr. Give me Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Jefferson's there, but you guys know what it is. Maybe it's so tough taking a running back in the first because I don't know. Like at pick 20, we might not love the receiver that comes back to us, especially on Underdog where it's more wide receiver heavy, but just how it has to be. Puka Fudd going to feel silly when he's wide receiver 1. He could absolutely do the Jamar Chase thing this year where he falls in drafts. Wow, that's 108 Derrick Henry. I thought so, Emma. I thought Showtime would be you. But you guys, I mean, that's 108 Derrick Henry. That's nuts in a BBM. Neighbors versus Collins is kind of a coin flip. It's really tough. Where I think Malik Neighbors is like a special talent in a questionable offense, but he already showed that he put up a points per game season last year better than anything Nico Collins has ever done. And then I also think Nico Collins is really good with a much better quarterback in situations. So I have him back to back. Wow, so Puka goes 11 here. After Neighbors, after Collins. That's where I have him. To take a wide receiver. I'm just trying to get more Gibbs. I don't have enough Gibbs in these. Like my first round exposure is very weird. Like what do I have in terms of Jefferson? 7.3%. Okay, so I'm light on Jefferson too. I'm light on Gibbs as well. Huh. How do I fix that? Who do I take at the 3? It's tough because we're at the point in the offseason. And this is why it's tough with the volume drafting stuff with you guys. But we're at the point in the offseason where I'm trying to make sure. Like that's why I'm checking Gibbs. I'm like, okay, I need like it's almost like playing whack-a-mole. Where I'm like, okay, I need more Gibbs. Okay, I need more. But we actually got very lucky here with A.J. Brown coming back. A.J. Brown Gibbs is a really, really fun start. And I'm really happy we went Gibbs there. Gibbs A.J. Brown is very fun. That is not something that happens often. Yeah, the 2-3 turn is not fun. What would you do McCaffrey versus Henry with HN as keeper and PPR? I'm McCaffrey over Henry personally. Yeah, Brown here is very fun. Very fun. Big Ron, it is lovely to be in the presence of a distinguished gentleman. What's going on, brother? You're saying Brown's good for 10 football games? As in A.J. Brown? Come on. I got a lot of A.J. Brown, brother. You'd be surprised, though. Like, my exposures are pretty wuss in terms of, like, I don't really have a ton of anybody, if that makes sense. I think, like, my highest exposures are, like... My highest exposure is, like, 27% burden. Like, these aren't anything crazy, you know? Like, a lot of people have, like, 20... Okay, we're on the clock. I got to look alive here. Wow, so T gets back to us. All right, we got to take T. Let's take T. Higgins. I think that's a very fun start through 3. But, like, some people have, like, 30%, or they have, like I have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players of 20% plus. I got to be honest, you guys know I'm in, like, 100-plus slow drafts right now, so this isn't super accurate. I've completely stopped drafting Judkins, so, just, like, forget that he's here. I'm going to try and get him down to, like, 10% if I can. That's why I don't care what price he gets to me at, I'm just not drafting. Combo should be decently unique. I'm going to be honest, Josh Gordon. Until you said this comment right now, this entire offseason, I've forgotten that you are my boy Dave. I would say every time until just now this offseason that I've interacted with Josh Gordon, it's something that only me and Josh Gordon are going to know. Josh Gordon is one of my buddies from back home. It didn't click until just right now that this is one of my boys. So... super chat from Connor. Hell yeah. Is it crazy to draft Travis Hunter before T-Mac and redraft full PPR? It's honestly not. It's honestly not if you wanted to. If you wanted to, it's not. Basil 2 in second after Luther Burden. McBride at 301 good value? It's fine. That's about where he goes. I see the Chase Jacobs McBride start so often, yeah. Yeah, I'm fading Marv as well. Malik Neighbors' injury stuff is the concerning part. God damn, dude. This guy taking unstacked Hurts, like... I really wanted Hurts to come back here, dude. God damn. Why are you taking Hurts here for? What does Hurts do for this team? Alright, fine. Whatever. Whatever. You'll get Devontae Smith later. I get it. Oh, whatever. Are you guys going to dare me to take Breece Hall at pick 44? Is this really what we're doing? Are you going to dare me to take Breece Hall? I have to. I have to. I have to. This start through 4 has to be pretty unique. Look, it's such a unique start that I just had to go Breece. Maybe we're overthinking the stuff. I mean, for the past weeks, I've been drafting him here. So taking him at the 408, I'm fine with. You take so much no stack Hurts. That's fair. That's fair. I get it. He's an elite quarterback. I'm just mad. What's the Chipotle order? It's not very indulgent, man. I've been talking about it, but I'm on my healthy guy shit right now. That's why, and I will say I do appreciate some of you guys have been very nice saying, you know, Ron looks slim or he looks better these days. Not that I was ever fat per se. What's our next pick? So there goes, man, I would have loved Trevion Henderson there. Our next pick is pick 68. That's what we'll do. We're going to go Travis Hunter here. I just love me some Travis Hunter. And I want more of him. But I'm in my healthy guy stuff, so really just white rice, black beans, chicken, and it just kind of depends on if I worked out or not. But like usually it'll just be white rice, black beans, chicken, fajita veggies, pico, cheese, lettuce, and that's it. Very boring vanilla. Got Saquon Brown Hurts on the same team earlier. I don't know how I feel about that. We got Alexander Ben in here. It's like a pretty solid start. I'm having fun with it. Said facts. I'm on my clean diet right now too. My stomach is straight chopped. We cleansing the gut. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Looks handsome these days. Some have said no. Yo. The parentheses is crazy. That's crazy. In 2025, you know we're saying pause. You can't say that. Salsa instead of cheese. You don't even go sour cream though. Like I gotta have sour cream or cheese, one or the other. Devontae Smith and Tanner McKee stack. I'm happy that this fucker got sniped on Devontae Smith here. Get fucked, brother. How does that feel? Am I doing any 14-man drafts? Nah. Lactose intolerant. Okay. Fair play. Cucumbers and tomatoes and crumbled tempeh. No pause for that. Nah, Brock. We're in the same age range, Brock. I'm just saying, you know. I'm just saying we're in a time where I can't read that out loud. You know what I mean. Wow, that's an early Diggs. 604 Diggs, huh? I can't stop taking a Mecca Egbuka there. Like, I'm just fully accepting that. I'm just going to keep pulling a Mecca Egbuka into the 6th round. I don't know. I have him over Debo, Juwan Jennings, Jacoby, Addison. The more I think about it, I was thinking about it today, dude. Like, the more I think about it, if a Mecca Egbuka was... And hear me out. But if a Mecca Egbuka was... I think to me, he has... like Brian Thomas Jr., Justin Jefferson, rookie year, 16, 17 point per game upside written all over him. Just coming from one of these wide receiver factories where I think that his role was limited. People are saying, why not Burrow? Good call on Burrow. I'll be honest with you guys. I was trying to see if I could push him. I didn't think Emmett was going to take Burrow unstacked there. I gotta be honest, guys. I was going to take Burrow on the way back here, thinking that the guy at the turn with Jamar Chase already had his. Or no, the guy at the turn didn't even have his quarterback. All right, I don't know. I'm being an idiot. I don't know what I thought. Yeah, that's my bad. I guess we'll just take Laporta. You hate to see that. I don't know what I was thinking. For some reason, I thought the one spot had a quarterback. You hate to see that. Yeah, it's not on you, Emmett. He wasn't going to come back to me anyways. I don't know. I think we're still in a fine spot, though. I don't know that with Higgins you need Burrow, I guess is what I'm saying. But I gave him a strong thought. I was just concerned that turn, if we took Burrow, that the receivers coming back to us we weren't going to like. Because that's kind of what happened at this pick and why I took Laporta. Because the receivers that came back I didn't like. Like, Reed I'm now easing off of because his foot's in a damn boot. I'm not crazy about 7th round Josh Downs. I don't know, I guess 7th round Josh Downs is fine, but to me that's a pretty... He's a pretty far fall away from... far away from Egbuka to me. Where would you draft me at 5'9", 225? First overall, brother. First time tuning in live. What's up, Drew? Yeah, there was no way. It's all good. It's all good. We're going to have other stack. Like, we have stacking options now to Trevor Lawrence. I guess you could say Justin Fields with Brees. Jared Goff. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Should I be upset about passing on Burrow there? Because I'm trying to think. If we took Burrow there, chance Egbuka gets drafted, and then we're staring down the barrel of like Jaden Reed, Jacoby, Josh Downs. I don't know. I'm not going to get too upset about it. All right, we're up next. Time to look alive. Time to look alive. Here's what we'll do. Goes B-Rob. We're just going to go all rookie team here, I think, actually. Good Lord, that was close. We're going to go Jaden Higgins there. I debated pretty closely with Tyrone Tracy, but I figured we already have Gibbs. We already took Brees. We have a lot of rookies in our receiver spots, but I kind of like that late season upside we're getting. That was really close for me between Jaden Higgins and Tyrone Tracy. Really close for me. Probably should have taken Tracy looking back now that I'm looking at it. I think we're all right. Let's actually start thinking about... Higgins gives us another quarterback option as well. Like, we're going to have options to Goff, Fields, Lawrence, and then Stroud. So we got plenty of options at quarterback. People are saying this team is crazy. Damn, there goes Tyrone Tracy. I would have loved Tyrone Tracy on the way back. I knew that there was no way it was going to happen, though. Now, here's what we're going to actually do. If the room allows us. We're going to go Mark Andrews. I really like Mark Andrews, and I think he's getting slept on. And I think locking in Laporta and Andrews just gives us, okay, now we can have a 2 tight end build. Both feel really solid. Baker's been off the board. Now people have been calling for him. I know that feels weird, but now we're just not going to draft another tight end. And I'm very much into Mark Andrews this year, too. I think without Likely, like, we're not moving him up enough. People forget, too, like, if we end up with, like, more than... Like, if both of these quarterbacks or both of these tight ends are sick, they're going to end up in our flex spot. We kind of get, like, a little bit of a tight end run happening here. So what happened to Likely? Likely got some kind of foot injury. Is it like a high ankle sprain or something? I don't get why Andrews hasn't moved up yet. Like, Andrews hasn't budged at all. I have him ahead of Hawkinson. Goodness gracious. We're at 526. We're at 530 people in here. Were we not just at like 350? All right. Leave a like. Y'all are the best. I don't know what else to say. God damn. All right. Time to lock in. Time to lock in and land this damn plane. What about it? Said the BDG episode with you and Hoodie Allen's actually elite. Dude, Hoodie's the man. Hoodie is the man. He actually knows ball too, dude. Like, he truly does know football, which I was pretty shocked by. Yeah, smashed a like. Sent the link to your 200 sons. You said draft party with the boys. All right, let's see what's on the clock here. Okay, so we're done at tight end. Let's get that off the freaking board here. All the receivers available suck is what we're going to do. We're going to go Drake May. I've been trying to get more Drake May because he's somebody that I'm always like stacking the quarterbacks, which of course is a good thing, but May's somebody you kind of have to stack the options that go after him. So you kind of have to take him naked, pause, and then draft his pieces afterwards. So we'll do that. We will then... What's the other stuff we're looking out for? No, we have everything that we need. Start at this point. This is a fun team. It's a fun team. We're probably going to end up with like a 3-6-7-2, something like that. You said... Can't possibly love this team more. People are saying this team's nice. Okay. Okay, I'm liking it. Unruly Drip, what's up? What's up? How you feel about Harvey? I mean, same thing with TreVeyon Henderson. I've been way ahead of market on both of these guys. If anyone out there that has the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart, shameless plug, the top 200 rankings, you have TreVeyon Henderson and RJ Harvey has been my 47th and 48th ranked player this entire time, way ahead of wherever he's going on Underdog, Sleeper, ESPN, all of that. Even ahead of where he goes in high stakes. I've been ahead of the market on both of those guys the whole time. So, no, I'm not going to move them up because they look good in preseason. I'll let everybody catch up to where I have them. It's kind of how I'm going into it. Very balanced team. That's what I'm thinking. I think we're going to go 3-6-7-2. That's where I'm at here. That's where I'm at. I really like this team. There's Jaden Blue. We will then... We'll then take Trevor Lawrence. I know we took him last time, but we could have taken Stroud to diversify a little bit, but I'm all good on that. I think Trevor Lawrence just has a better rushing ceiling. And we took Travis Hunter higher than we took Jaden Higgins, so his success is more important to us. Henderson went 35 in your draft yesterday? God damn. All right. All right. And I'll be honest, if the market pushes him up to, past my 47th, 48th ranking for Harvey and Henderson, I'll concede, but I'm not going to move them until I see that with my own two eyes. Because in this draft, we still saw Henderson go 504. I still have him higher in my rankings. And then you have Harvey, 511, still higher in my rankings. So He said you're really addicted to the high stakes streams right now. They just feel really refreshing. Here's the thing: I can't. If I do one every night, my weeks, my Tuesdays, my waiver wire, all that's gonna be a living hell. So I'm trying to keep it to like. We're going to do a bunch. We got a lot of time between now and the season starting. My goal is to end up around like 18 to 24 teams. That's the goal. 18 to 24. That's what I usually do. Even that is a shithole to deal with, but we'll do a huge batch of them as well. Like the reason why, not all of them will be, like, people stop caring once the season starts, which obviously I understand, but these sites let you draft on after the Thursday night game, which is cool. Where that's where the team I actually won 5th place with was drafted after the Thursday night game, because Cam, that was in 2022, if you remember. I think it was Bills versus Rams. Akers got dethroned by Darrell Henderson. Akers goes from like a round 3 pick to like a round 7 or 8 or 9 pick. I get him there. He sucks, but then he's like a playoff hammer down the stretch, and he ended up winning me a lot of money. So probably like a quarter of those teams, like 18 to 24, will be drafted during that time. All right, so let's see here. What do you got, COTYG? Give me Basil Tootin. Hell yeah. No, absolutely, Brock. And then also you got to remember, too, we're probably going to have 3 to 5 main events, which are $2,000 a pop. But a lot of those are co-managed. Does YouTube and Patreon cover all your bullets for the year? Yeah. Come on. I wouldn't do them if I wouldn't spend money I don't have. At the end of the day, it's for content. People, it jacks up the views on the streams. It's a little bit of a business write-off as well because of that, but you know how it is. So let's see. What's going to come back to us here? Tyjae Spears is still going. Like, there's no issues at all there. I would love a third quarterback on this team, but we got nothing to stack here. I think this is what we're going to do. You out of here. It's our next pick, 164. We might take a naked Bryce Young, man. We might take a naked Bryce Young and then stack him to like Coker and a running back later. Damn, we'll take Pop Douglas for now. Fine. Just wanted something stacked to Drake May. And if Bryce Young doesn't get back to us, he doesn't get back to us, whatever. That's a really early JT Sanders. What the hell is that? That's a really early JT Sanders. All right. It'll give you $1 to co-manage one of your 2K buy-in leagues. I need help from picks 2 through 6. I just don't know who to take then. Peep the rankings, brother. Is that main event with Pete and Pat going to be only on ship chasing? Yes, sir. I do appreciate the shout, but I think it's only going to be streamed on Pete's channel. The ship chasing channel, I'll be doing a main event with Pete, I think Jacob, Davis Maddock, Pat Carane. I think that's it. I don't know. If I'm leaving somebody out, I feel like an asshole. I think last year was really well balanced between underdog and high stakes, and this year so far also. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. We'll space it out. We'll do a couple. Here and there. I'll talk with Pete about co-streaming. I just don't want to. I just don't want to steal his shine or anything. I'll probably DM him and just like offer and be like, if you want to, we can. Because I will say, how do you guys feel about it? Like, would you guys prefer if I co-streamed it with Shape Chasing? I feel like I would just be shortchanging you guys of a stream that day, like, because then that would just count as the stream for the day. Instead, my eyes on Thursday, I was going to do their stream and then afterwards hop on here and rip like an underdog draft or two. So you guys tell me what you want to do. Yeah, I think it's like a 5-person team, yeah. It is a little crazy. Yeah, you guys might not like this, but this is going to be an Anthony Richardson team. It just is. I'm going to take 3 quarterbacks on this team. We're going to end up with a 3-6-7-2 here. We got to start hammering running backs as well at this next pick. Anybody got anything with Rachaad White? I heard Rachaad White got hurt today. Based on multiple comments, sound like it could be at least a grade 2 groin strain. Places him. Releases him will be impacted, though. Add Sean Tucker to your best ball list. Okay. All right. All right. You think it'll just be Pat, Pete, and Jacob? No, I'm telling you. I think because I was talking with Davis on his stream. I think Davis will be in there. We'll have one with Liam and Jacob eventually here. I'm not sure when. Tell Pete, get the hell on. Come on, there's one guy I'd really like to have here. Eckler goes, okay, give me Algier. Algier's a beautiful pick there. All right. So now we just need 2 running backs and 1 receiver rest of the way. Trying to think of what we'll do. So we need some Colts pieces now. We need some just kind of star everything here. This is not a good viewing experience for you guys, so forgive me. Some Patriots guys. Are we drafting any of these guys? Like, are we drafting Kayshon Boutte? Are we drafting Efton Kism? Are we drafting Kendrick Bourne? And then let me pull up the Week 17 schedule. You guys are going to love that. Yeah, I agree with Henry. CeeDee Lamb at number 2 is not crazy at all. I think that's more than fine. People are saying no one Kism and Bourne. Okay. Get Kism and Bourne out of there. Let's go. Let's go. Get some Week 17 matchups in here, of course. I don't know them offhand. Okay, we already have Jaguars, Colts. Hell yeah. Let's get some Jets. Isaiah Davis, now sneaky draftable. Let's also put Sean Tucker in the queue after this. Isaiah Davis, like I was saying, I think is sneaky draftable. I think Sean Tucker gets a boost after this Rachaad White thing. We'll do some Week 16 correlation too. Colts play Niners. Then you also have New England plays the Ravens. Guess you can sell me on some Keaton Mitchell. And then the Jaguars play... Who knows? Denver. I don't think there's really anything on Denver I like. Yeah, no. All right. So, this is what we're going to do. Go Keaton Mitchell. He popped the other night. He looked good. I know Nick Chubb's just hanging around here, but I'm chilling. I mean, Isaiah Davis got reps with the first team as the 2-minute drill and third down, and as a third down back today. So I think he gets a shout, to be honest. Like, if he's truly in the rotation as a 2-minute drill, third down guy, I think that he's draftable for sure. Yeah, that's my bad. I just mean the third down. Like when I say third down and 2 minute drill, I just assume if you have the third down snaps, you're probably going to get the 2 minute drill. But the Jets on the first drive with the ones had two different third downs where they pulled Brees off the field for Isaiah Davis. Which I don't want to fully sound the alarms. People have pointed it out, maybe we'll go Sean Tucker here with this Rachaad White thing. Maybe it's just that it's preseason and they just want to give Isaiah Davis reps and stuff, but I think it's pretty concerning because if Brees gets squeezed, like Braylon Allen we knew was going to be there, which is fine. As long as Brees Hall gets the 2 minute drill stuff, the third down stuff, and he can challenge for the second most targets on this team. But if he's now getting squeezed for both angles and Braylon Allen is squeezing him for short yardage and early down work, and Isaiah Davis is taking Brees off the field on third down and 2 minute drill, then all of a sudden we have a very real problem with Brees. And that's why I got him at 404 here. I think that he's just sliding because of that. Or not 404, we got him at 408. So I took him here because he's a falling value, but he's somebody where you kind of have to, I don't know. I want to read into what people that I think are very smart say tomorrow in terms of just like, is it just preseason? I don't want to overreact to preseason. But the things that we look at from preseason, again, it's not to see if somebody looks good or bad. It is just to see the role, depth charts, usage. And again, if that holds any water in season of Brees not being the third down back and the 2 minute drill back, and like I said, we have a very real problem. Now, here's the thing. To me, that's different. Like, I'm talking about a role here where Jacobs fell because he got too much playing time in the Hall of Fame game. I'm just simply saying, I don't know, taking Brees off the field on third downs when you're playing with all of your ones. Like, Garrett Wilson was out there, Justin Fields was out there. I'm just saying, if that sticks, it's a major problem. They really like Isaiah Davis. If they like him on the field on third downs over Brees, it's an issue, is what I'm trying to say. I really like this team, fellas. This is one of my favorite teams I've drafted, I think. And then give me A.D. Mitchell as our last pick. 3-6-7-2. Textbook builds here. We go 3-6-7-2. Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Anthony Richardson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Brees Hall, Basil Tuen, Tyler Algier, Keaton Mitchell, Sean Tucker, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, Travis Hunter, Emeka Egbuka, Jaden Higgins, Demario Douglas, A.D. Mitchell, Sam Laporta, Mark Andrews. Very, very fun team that I think is going to be tough to replicate. Like, I don't think that you can get this in most rooms of Gibbs, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, Brees Hall. Jets offensive line did look good, which is fun. My fantasy rankings are only on my Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. But that's probably going to do it for tonight. I want to get some sleep here so that tomorrow I can get you guys a video. We're going to be streaming again because it is August. We are always streaming in August. That is what we do this time of the year. We're only ramping up. These streams are only going to get better. They're only going to get longer. But I do want to make sure, it's tough. But tomorrow I got to be ready to roll to get another video out. I love y'all. Thank you for watching. As always, if you want to draft with us this entire offseason, we're going to be going on Underdog. Make sure you use promo code RON. They'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. I'll have links to that in the description, pinned in the live chat, and pinned at the top of the comment section down below. As always, I love y'all. Make sure you check out the best values in every round video that we posted yesterday. That video is doing very well. Leave a like on it, comment on it, all that good stuff, and I will see y'all in the next one.